Hello, everyone. Welcome to MT4 Professional. My name is Randy Lindsay. I am host of today's live interactive session. Today, we're going to be talking about trading strategies using the MT4 Professional system. And more specifically, we're going to be talking about scanners. Today's webinar is directed towards those who have not used MT4 Professional before or those who are just getting started. If you're a more seasoned veteran and you're here for Q&A, then hang on until the end of the webinar and we'll answer any question that you might have, even have some demonstration of setups if you want. I want to make sure everyone knows that we are here for educational purposes only. MT4 Professional resilient traders are not investment advisory services, nor are we registered investment brokers, but we are educators. So we are here to help you to set up and use MT4 Professional as best you can and to develop a trading plan that is both consistently profitable and successful. Trading futures, stocks, Forex options, and cryptocurrency has a large potential for reward. You can make a lot of money, but it also has a large potential for risk. You need to be aware of these risks and be willing to accept them in order to trade or invest in any of these markets. So please, don't trade with money that you cannot afford to lose. Past performance is not indicative of future results, so make sure that you get advice from a competent financial advisor before you start trading or investing in any of these markets. And never trade in a live account until you have first proven that you can consistently and profitably trade in a simulated account. And only then can you tackle the mind game, which is probably 90% of a successful trader's game. All right, as I said, I am Randy Lindsay, your trade coach, operations director here at MT4 Professional. Claudio Cardinal is joining me today. He's our product development guru, product development director, and technology guru. Yeah, if it's hard, I pass it off to him. We're going to be talking about trading strategies using MT4 Professional. We're going to talk about what a trading strategy is within a market scanner and within MT4 Professional. Of course, I want to give you a live demonstration and detailed Q&A throughout the session, and I'll make you a very special offer for being part of our class today. So going into trading strategies on the MT4 platform, there are many different ones available. The EMA and price is a pure price action and exponential moving average strategy. The MACD and signal is a strategy that takes advantage of the cycles of energy coming in and coming out, trying to take advantage of the differences in moving averages, convergence or divergence, fast moving currencies. Moving average crossover, which is probably the most easy to understand. Most people use and understand that very easily, depending on how many moving averages you use, of course, and the time frames involved. And then you've got them all working together, where you've got pure price action, your MACD, your relative strength then to determine overbought or oversold conditions, or to be able to exit at peak price, and the ever popular alligator. There's lots more. We're not going to skimp on those. MT4 Professional Scanner can handle all of them. But we only have so much time, and so we're doing the most popular ones, and we're doing ones which most people will be able to understand, and we'll be going through those. So let's go through what a market scanner is. A market scanner is something that does work for you. It scans a universe of symbols. So consider all the different symbols that have to be scanned. If we look at the 50 Forex pairs, 20 CFDs, and 9 different time frames on MT4 alone, that's more than 630 combinations that you have to manually check. So do you think that you can do that on your own? Do you think that you can go through and check each and every one of those for a trade setup? Chances are good you can't. Even high-end systems have a rough time doing that. But if you can't do that, it's frustrating. You know, in order to make sure you don't miss these opportunities, you need something on your side, and that you need to know that trading with different instruments, i.e. more than one, is really important to make your trading profitable. In fact, it's called correlated and uncorrelated instruments. If you trade uncorrelated instruments, it's a way to remove uncertainty in the markets and diversify your portfolio. It's a very common item that most people understand, diversification. And if you're always just trading just one instrument, you get to know it really well, but at the same time, you're just a one-trick pony. You need to have a well-balanced portfolio so that you're always having something to trade. Not every instrument is always giving you a trade setup. You need to find which ones are giving you the setup now, or when anytime you need it, it's available. So the perfect solution for that is a market scanner. How does a market scanner work and what is it? A market scanner, as I mentioned earlier, is an automatic tool. It allows you to scan the market at any opportunity or any symbol or any time frame based on your own rules, based on your own indicators to find trade setups. While it's not a signal provider, it's a tool that allows you to analyze all the strategies that you want using any of the indicators that you want. Here's a simple example. Say the cross of two moving averages. The image on the right shows a setup where, say we wanted to find for every symbol and for whatever time frame we have set up, I want to find a bullish setup, a bullish cross, which is the fast moving average moving above or on top of the slow, and a bearish cross, which is the fast moving average moving under the slower one. The bearish cross, I want to see green, and the, I'm sorry, did I say that wrong? The bullish cross, I want to see green, and the bearish cross, I want to see red. And so if I had a spreadsheet layout like this, where I had symbols, columns, time frame, and each row showed me either bearish or bullish instrument based upon the time frame traded, that's valuable information. And I can see very quickly either ones that are getting ready to set up and reverse, or ones that are at the end and it was in a downtrend and now are starting to begin uptrends, or ones that are just solid either bulls or bears. So it's good information to have at your fingertips, especially if you've got something doing it for you, giving you these opportunities. So all you have to do is hopefully just click on any of the symbols and pull the charts up on your platform. So what a market scanner would do then is work for you. So you can focus on more important things like managing your trade or getting your mindset where it belongs. Once it's set up properly, the scanner should be able to search for conditions that meet your own criteria and rules. It's your strategy. Then you can set the alerts so that it alert conditions so that it tells you when the trade has begun or is favorable for an entry or an exit and lets you know that. So here's another example over on the right. You can see the symbols, you can see the different time frames. This is the EMA and price, is pure price action. So I want to see a green cell anytime price is greater than my exponential moving average. And I want to see a red cell anytime it's less than. That's a very simple but effective strategy. So I see from here that the dollar Canadian is very strong across all three time frames, that the spider, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the Russell, they're all very bearish. And you can see the ones that are in transition, gold, Bitcoin, Ethereum is very bearish, and some other ones that are kind of midterm transitioning as well. So the idea behind this is you need to have something which can generate for you these types of signals to help you to see conditions that are favorable for trading. And that's the idea behind a market scanner. And you notice I used a lot of different time frames. Well, did you know that if you trade using multiple time frames, you have a higher probability of a profitable trade? It's due to correlation. It's just one of the advantages of using multiple time frame technical analysis. If you look at the examples over on the right, you can see the 4-hour on the top, the 1 hour, and the 15-minute. Notice how noisy and choppy the 15-minute is in comparison to the hourly or the 4-hour charts. If you are trading in harmony with the longer term trends, then all of these little jig jags here, if you only took the longs, or if you took the longs and held while the longer term trend was still continuing to run, then that helps you to take the trade knowing that you're going to be in profit within that trend. You take the longs, you ignore the shorts because they're just simple corrections that are out of harmony with the longer term trend. And then when the corrections start to go in harmony, then those you're free to take because you see the distance you'll travel in price is going to be much better if it's in the direction of the longer term trend. So by checking them, your trades will be in harmony and will result in higher probability and lower risk trade. So if we had a market scanner that could search for these types of setups based on our own rules and verified by multiple time frame analysis, it would be an extremely valuable tool. So here's a quick snapshot example of what I would like to see on a system where I see a series of symbols, I see different time frames that I'm interested in, and I've got multiple strategies running at the same time. Here on the 4 hour, you can see I've got a cross of my exponential moving average with price. You can see that I have a MACD cross of the signal line, and I have rising relative strength out of an oversold condition. That's all very bullish information. I want to know that. In addition to that, the daily chart is showing me that I've got rising price, that I've got a MACD crossover, and relative strength is also increasing. Then when I look at the longer term, all I need to see is the relative strength outside of the oversold region and rising. And that's exactly what I've got right here. So these are 3 criteria that get me into a trade setup here for a potential 300 pip profit target. That's the idea behind identifying the setups, using the scanner to see when the setups are good, getting alerts, and then executing them. It's ideal. So that's the idea behind that. Sorry about that. What about multiple time frame technical analysis? Well, by taking trades in harmony with the longer time frame, I get lower risk trade opportunities and higher probability trades. So that's a powerful combination for any trader because it shows the importance of using multiple timeframes in your trading. A market scanner using multiple time frame analysis is an extremely valuable tool because it does this for you automatically. As professional traders, we look for MT4 professional scanners on MT4 and MT5, but we really couldn't find any. The few that we did find had problems. They were either too complex to configure, which meant you had to be a programmer to use them. They were unstable, or maybe even a single tool that was not integrated well with the rest of the system. A lot of them just weren't compatible with a lot of the standard indicators that were available, which is some of the strengths of the MT4, MT5 system. There were a lot of other problems as well. Our solution was make our own. We decided to create MT4 Professional for ourselves for our own daily trading. And now it's the #1 market scanner on MT4 and MT5, a tool that allows you to instantly scan the entire market for setups that may match your unique criteria and rules. When you find a good trade setup, MT4 Professional allows you to enhance your trade with technical analysis, giving you the ability to do multiple time frame analysis, which really is not so easy to do on standard MT4 and MT5. And I'll show you that here in just a little bit. But let me go into the live demonstration. I'm going to launch my MT4 platform now. Let me go over here to a standard setup. You can see that I've got 3 different charts, different time frames. The charts, this is regular MT4. It's not MT4 Professional. In order to change the symbol, to change the time frame, in order to make the charts look or feel the same, then I have to use templates on each of the charts. And if I change the template, I have to physically go back and, okay, which template did I use? And if you're like me, you've got lots of templates, and there's just, it's hard to keep track of them. If I want to go to a full screen mode, then you can see, look at all of the real estate that I have missing out there. If I wanted to go full screen, look at that. That's even more. I have to physically redraw each window to get that in play. And this just doesn't want to work for me. The nice thing about MT4Professional is that it does it all for you. And all you have to do is click on any symbol on the symbol list, and all of the symbols change, and all the charts are identical regardless of how you change them up. So let's get MT4Professional going real quickly, and I'll show you some of the neat features that we've got. First thing you'll notice is a configurations panel that comes up. A configuration is a set of scanners, symbol lists, and charts that you have set up ahead of time. So you have creations that you have created. You have creations that we have created for you. We call them presets. There are 14 presets that we give you as examples and to get you started. These are all strategies that are available to everyone. And then the inbox is just ones which you send back and forth to each other to share if you want. Okay, so let's get started off with the EMA and price. You click on one and load it, and it automatically sets up the symbol list, the scanner with the rules already pre-configured, and the charts. Each chart has a specific size, symbol, and time frame associated with it. So if you select the configuration button, click the edit, then you'll see the ability to edit either the charts or the scanner panel. If you look at the chart, then you can see the chart is exactly like what I have out here. I have 3 different charts, a 1 minute, a 5 minute, a 15 minute. They all have a specific template that I selected. Of course, they can be any template that I want. By clicking the plus sign, you have access to every single template on your platform. So you can use any of those within the system, and you can set the time frame to any system time that you have access to. MT5 has a few more options, but MT4 has just these set time frames. So you can select any one of those that you like. You can add as many chart windows. You can set them up and tile them any way that you like. You can even define whether they're rows or columns and how they're done. You can just clear them and start over again and just start from scratch, and you can physically resize them all to anything that you like. Or if you have another configuration that you already did all the work on, you can start from any other configuration that you have by clicking this button and then using any of the other configurations to start up on. Next, we have the scanner panel. Over on the left, you can see the symbol list. If we click on that, then you can access and configure your scanner list from any symbol that you have access to on your MT4 platform. Simply by clicking on it, selecting it, hitting the right arrow button to add it to your list. If that happened to be one you didn't want, then you just simply get rid of it. You can clear all the symbols. You can search for things like any symbol that has the euro in it. Notice that all the euro symbols all instantly came up. So anything that you have, you can list it on there and push it in. If you already have a symbol list on another configuration, again, you can start from another configuration by clicking this, selecting the configuration, loading it, and the symbol list will automatically be configured for you. On the scanner panel, you also have access to the scanner itself. The scanner is where all the rules are met. And this is where you input your strategy in order to get the system to look for what you want it to do. Notice there's different time frames. I have 3 different time frames here corresponding to each column in the scanner, and then each row corresponds to a different symbol. All the scanners can use the same rule set. Right here is only 1, so they're all using it. Or I can add as many rules as I want by clicking the plus sign and adding multiple rule sets. And each one of these rules will define a different portion of the cell. With only one rule, the whole cell is used. If you have two rules, then it's going to split the cell in half and two different colors will appear. And I'll show you how that's done a little bit later. If you click the edit button from the pull down menu right here, this turns it on and off, and this gives you the ability to edit it. Then you go into the actual color rules themselves. I named this main CR, main color rule. It's arbitrary. You can give it any name that you like. You're looking at comparing item A with an operator to comparing item B. This is under condition set 1. This is what's evaluated first. So when the program runs, it goes in, looks at condition set 1. For a bullish condition, which I've set the color to green, if this is true, I want to see the close of price greater than or equal to a 15-period exponential moving average. How do I get these indicators loaded into this setup? With this plus sign. The plus sign allows me to go in and choose any indicator from the standard MT4 or MT5 library. You can just select whatever category or indicator that you've got access to under that category. Pick any one that you want, and then loads it in there for you. If you don't have an indicator that's listed as standard, you can pick it from your computer. So you have a custom indicator or one that you've purchased from a third-party vendor. You can use those indicators as well by just picking from your computer. And then you see there's a list of all of the different indicators that you have access to that you can use within MT4Professional. So by clicking the plus sign, it will load it onto the pull-down menu. And then all the indicators that appear on your pull-down menu are accessible on all of the different condition sets that you want to define. So if I were to add one more condition set here, add an indicator, standard, I'll say, let's use a RSI. 14 period using the close of price, that looks good. I want the RSI to be greater than a constant value 30. If it's greater than 30, I know it's crossed the threshold and it's no longer oversold. It's now, sold. It's now moving up, and so that tells me I want to be bullish on that. So that's the condition. That's how easy it is to set up a new condition, a new rule set. The same thing can be done on the sell side. The close of price is less than my 15-period exponential. Well, I want to add also that my relative strength is less than, and I want to add a constant value 70. So when it's greater than 30, I'm bullish. When it's less than 70, I'm bearish, especially when price is under the moving average and it's moving in my direction. So these are conditions that are either one or the other are going to be true. If neither are true, then the default color is used. And you can set the colors to be any color that you like. Maybe you like blue for bullishness and white for bearishness. I don't know, pink, I'm not sure. You can use any color that you like. And you can give it any name that you want as well. In addition, if you have more than 2 conditions you need to evaluate, then you can add as many conditions as you need in order to make your strategy work. I hit cancel because I didn't want to change it in any way or make any updates or changes to it. Okay. So, and as you see here, that I have 3 different time frames. If I wanted to add a 4th time frame, it's just as simple as clicking the plus sign to add the 4th time frame. Make the 4th time frame the time frame that you're interested in, and then make sure you select a color rule by turning it on, and you're done. Unless you want to create another color rule which is specifically made for that time frame. Okay. Once you're done with this, always hit the save button. The Save button updates it not only on your computer, but it updates it in the cloud. MT4Professional is fully cloud-based, so all of your configurations and work are saved in a cloud so that you always have access to it anytime, any place. And even if you lose your hard drive or mess your configuration up, you always have a backup in the cloud. You can travel without having to bring your computer, use your brother's laptop, open it up, get your MT4 set up and load MT4Professional on it. You're ready to go. You won't miss or lose any of your configurations. And then once you made your changes, then just always hit the load button once you're done. And that automatically will load all of the changes that you just made into the system. Okay, the S&P just crossed over. We're going bullishness and bearishness. NASDAQ. The Russell. Wow. Amazing. All right, and we'll go through another configuration. Are there any questions as we head on out? Let's see here. An SMA cross, there we go. This is a strategy looking at 4 different time frames. You're using just 2 simple moving averages, and you're using the cross of the moving average to determine your trade direction. Here you can see the cross giving you a bearish cross. So you're looking at selling anywhere within this location because the cross occurred here. So that gives you the ability to go short anywhere on this bar. And you can see with the cross, the blue crosshair, that I can align at that point. And then I can now look down at the 15-minute and see that the 15-minute has not crossed yet. But you can see that price has already closed underneath the first moving average, which is a good bearish sign. And it's already moving in that direction. On the 3rd time frame, you can see the moving averages have not crossed yet. So this is still a bullish trend. And you can see the 4th time frame is still a bullish trend at that location. So depending upon how you want to use your longer time frames, this might be just a simple correction. This is just a simple moving average, 2 moving average crossover. So this is a simple crossover showing you that this is a correction move on longer term bullish trend. So you probably, if you took a trade like this, make sure you keep your profit targets short because you know it's only a correction. If you're trading in harmony with the longer term markets, then you're going to be trading bullish trends. Okay. Because you can see at the current time right now, the shorter time frame has already gone bullish. See this right here? The 2nd time frame hasn't gone bullish yet. But the 3rd and the 4th time frames are both still very bullish. So you can see right here, the scanner is telling you this. It's saying, okay, M5 is in a short-term correction, but it's now going back in line with the longer-term trend. This is a great time to get back on board because you can even see the downtrend line has been broken and the price is starting to move back up in harmony with the longer-term trend. They'll take a little bit of time for the 15-minute to catch up, but the same way that you saw it was closing below the first MA, now you're seeing it close above the 2nd MA. So that's the strategy. Let's look at the configuration then. The rules for the strategy are simple. Let's look at it. For every time frame that I assign this strategy to, I want to see the 5-period simple moving average greater than the 13 period. I called it the SMA 513. It's just a 513 crossover. It's going long. If it's 5 is less than the 13, then I want to be short. I want to see green for long and red for short, yellow if it's neither. So that means if it's exactly equal to, I should see a yellow, but that's usually not going to happen. I have it applied to 1, 2, 3, 4 different time frames. Say I don't want to have the fourth one displayed there, then I just simply X that one off, hit OK, click the Save button, close it down and load it, and then you'll see now I only have 3 time frames. Notice that the charts automatically resize to the full screen. And if I were to go full screen, then you can see I get all of my real estate all on the screen all at once. So it's nice to be able to see that all at the same time. Any questions? All right, let's move over to a combination then. We'll use one here. Here's one. This one has lots of different things going on. This is using a longer time frame. Here's a 4-hour, a daily, and a weekly for those of you who like to do longer term time frames. What we're looking at, and you probably see this looks familiar from my examples, but you're looking for multiple strategies and setups that are going on using pure price action, MACD, relative strength. How do they all interact with each other? And I'll show you what I'm looking at here. So in order to see the configuration, then I'm looking at a 3 time frame setup using the EMA MACD template I created. 4 different time frames, 3 different time frames, different size windows on the scanner list. Then I have a strong signal generated. Notice I have 2 different rules, 2 different color rules that are listed here. I only have one of them turned on for the 4-hour. Let's see what that is. I'm using 3 different conditions, multiple indicators. Here I'm using the MACD, moving average, 15 period exponential, and the relative strength delayed. So I'm looking 2 bars back compared to the current bar. So the all these are just simply loaded in by using the plus sign. The MACD, you can see I'm doing MACD. Well, what I'm looking at is the MACD base indicator, which is the white histogram that you see. See the white histogram over here? That is the base MACD indicator. And the red line here is the signal line. So you can see I have both of the instances of the MACD, but with the signal line or the base indicator line defined within the strategy. So I'm looking at the base indicator less than the signal line that's bearish. So the condition for that would be right here, where you have the signal line greater than the base, or the base is less than the signal. That's this condition. And well, that means that in addition to this case, I need to see price under the 15 period exponential moving average also. All right, so here's price, here's the 15 period exponential. Is price trading under that, and is the signal line greater than the histogram? And I need to see that relative strength is falling. Well, to do that, I'm looking 2 bars back. So if I'm looking here, if my current price is right here, and I'm looking 2 bars back to right here, then this relative strength has to be greater than this relative strength in order to see a downward slope. So if previous price closed relative strength is greater than current relative strength, it's a downward trend. That's bearish. I want to see these conditions all met in order to have a strong sell signal. On the contrary, or for a strong bullish signal, I see everything just the opposite. I want to see the histogram greater than the signal line. I want to see close of price greater than the 15-period EMA. And I want to see a rising relative strength, which means previous relative strength has to be less than the current relative strength. You can reverse those if that makes more sense to you. I think thinking it through, I think it would be better to have it the other way around. So that everything is less than, and greater than, greater than, greater than. Seems to make a little bit more sense to me. Any questions on this? Okay, well, notice that I have the strong signal defined for my 4-hour and daily, but if I go to my weekly chart, notice I don't have the strong signal on it. I have the weekly trend, and I don't have the strong signal turned on. So let's look at the weekly trend. Well, the weekly trend is just simply looking at price action. Is the close of price greater than my 15 period? I could just say, no, I don't want to look at that. That's the trend direction, but is the relative strength rising? I could do that as well. It might be the last condition I'd be looking for. I don't have to worry about that anyway. So looking at the trend, then all I need to see then on my chart over here is I'm looking for strong signals on both 4-hour and daily, and it needs to be in agreement with my longer term trend, and I'm ready to go. That's my MACD trade strategy. All right, are there any questions so far? Well, when you click the edit button, I want to show you something. Notice the share symbol in the bottom right corner. This allows you as a trader to share your strategies and configurations with any other MT4Professional user. So if you're trading together, you have multiple friends that you're trading with, you can all be on the same page at the same time using the same strategy. You've developed one that works great. You want to share it with everybody. You send it to them and everybody's on the same page at the same time. It's a great strategy. If you're part of MT4Professional, you also have access to our Skype chat room, which gives you access to all of the registered MT4Professional users that are out there. One other thing I want to show you is that since I told you that this is all cloud-based, then I'm going to pull up my browser really quick, and I want to show you something. The MT4Professional members area, if you log into it, you go to mt4professional.com and log into the members area, then this is the first page you'll come to. Here you can download the software from any page in the members area, either for MT4 or MT5. We walk you through all of the onboarding process to help make sure that you get set up and ready to go, including joining our Skype group, creating your first configurations, and documentation and help center. Once you go to there, then this gives you all the quick start videos, the configuration help guides, and all the scanner rules and things that help you get started and looking at there. Even helps you with managing your subscriptions online, your payment methods, and changing little different associations online. So it's all available to you there. But one thing I want to show you is that, most traders, when they're out trading, they don't like to sit behind their desk all the time, especially if you're using longer time frame charts. So what I want to show you is the real-time scanner online. If you click on the real-time scanner here in your browser, and this browser is loaded on any mobile device, your iPad or your phone, your laptop, whatever device you're using, just pull up your browser, log into the members area and click real-time scanner. It'll load up the scanner window, and then from the window, all you have to do is select the platform that your application is running on. This is the PC version right here. So running off of that version, you can see that the configuration automatically loads on the window, showing you the live scanner that you have on your platform. But this is on your mobile device. So if I wanted to see the chart for the, what looks good, Euro Yen, it's all green, looks like it's all nice and everything's set up well for me, then notice that it changed the symbol on all of my charts on my computer to the euro yen symbol, and it gave me a snapshot of that, showing me bullish, bullish, bullish. 3 bullish signals set up. I'm halfway between overbought, so I'm still in a really good long-term trade setup here for this, and looks like it's been there for about 3, maybe even 4 H4 cycles. So it's a whole day already in this direction. So it looks like a nice early opportunity to try to get on board with this potentially profitable trade. So that's the idea behind that. You're trying to see something on the go. You're away from your computer, but you see it. So if you find a trade setup that you like, that meets your criteria, you can see it, evaluate it. You don't have to wait even till you get back to your office. Just pull up your broker on your phone or on your mobile device and execute the trade right there. And you don't have to even go back to the office because MT4 is doing the work for you. It's pretty cool, huh? Absolutely. The system has alerts already set up. So if you click on the configuration, edit, you go to your scanner, then right here is the real-time notifications. So this integrates with the MT4 or MT5 platform alerts. Once it's turned on, it'll automatically alert you on either visually or audibly. And if you turn on and set up your mobile device, then it will also send you SMS messages through your phone. You can access all of the signals online if you're away from your desk using the alerts icon here. So you'll get an alert system from the time frame, the symbol, and then a link to the system or the charts that generated that alert. You also get announcements when we have software updates, and we push them out to you so that you can come into the members area and install the new version as it's released. How many time frames can you have? Can you compare? Any number of time frames that you want, that you have access to. Notice that I have here, I've got 3 different time frames on my charts. I can add as many time frames as I have access to. Okay, well then I'm gonna go back to my presentation and make you the very special offer I mentioned earlier. For limited time, you get all of the features of MT4Professional. For MT4 and MT5, I showed you the download links in the members area. You get exclusive use of the Skype community room where you can meet and mingle with all the other MT4Professional users. You get unlimited configuration storage, unlimited emails and push notifications, and up to 100 SMS notifications per month. If you need more than that, then you can contact us and we'll be more than glad to give you the packages that you need to upgrade your notifications. You all get all 14 of our pre-configured presets. All of this is a value that you don't have to pay. You never pay this price. We've set it up for a monthly subscription of $194 per month. But even that, we cut down 50% for everyone that's in the class today. So we're looking at $97 per month. So less than 10 ticks on a chart, you can take every single month, $97, and have this access to this incredible system. Not only that, but you get 14 days free to try it out before the 97 ever hits your credit card. So click the link mt4professional.com/trial to get started today. Give us a trial. You can cancel anytime during the 14-day trial, and you'll still get the full 14 days to try it all out and try all the strategies that we already have set up for you, either on MT4 or MT5. Chat it up in the Skype room. Use the alert systems. Get access to us anytime that you need. to help you get set up as well. So that's MT4Professional.com/trial for your subscription trial and to get started if you don't already have MT4 Professional. And if you do have any questions, you can always contact us at support@MT4Professional.com. We'll answer any question that you might have. We guarantee a 24-hour return delivery, and we'll make sure that you get answers that you're looking for. Now we'll go right into the last 15 minutes where we're going into Q&A. So I'm going to pull up my platform again and keep it there so you'll be able to see the link to get that. But let me know what kind of configuration that you're looking at and what you're asking to do that. Someone had asked earlier about custom markets, custom indicators. As you know, I've probably already shown this, but I've got a custom configuration set up here using the Hawkeye tools. As you know, I used to be associated with Hawkeye. Most of these indicators are ones that I use all the time in my trading. So I've developed strategies and configurations for all of my Hawkeye tools. And these are some of the ones that you're looking at here. So when you see the rules identifying a long or short setup, then you can see whether to take those trades or not. All I have to do is just scan for a good setup, and it gives me the opportunity to take that. So over here on the left. So if you were to select that configuration and edit it, then of course I can share it with anyone in the audience today. If you're currently a Hawkeye user and you want me to share any of my configurations with you, I'll be more than glad to do that. If you are not a Hawkeye user, then Claudio has a link they have a very, very special offer for MT4 professional users to get started with Hawkeye on the volume starter package, all the volume indicators that are there. So Claudio has a link for that to get you going on that. But we were just affiliates with Hawkeye anymore, but we can negotiate really good starting prices for you there. So looking at the rules for the Hawkeye tools that I'm looking at here, you can see that I've got quite a bit going on here. Got that in the way. I should have moved this out of the way there. I wanted to show you that. Notice that there are 3 different colors showing in the first column, that there are 2 different colors showing in the second column, and there are only 1 color showing in the third column. So for my first time frame, I want to see 3 different tests. I'm looking for trend, volume, and momentum, all agreeing in the first time frame. The second time frame, I'm just simply looking for volume and momentum. Well, that's on the longer time frame, not on the shorter. And the third time frame, I'm only looking at volume. I need to see agreement across the board, like you see here on the pound yen. The euro yen is close. Volume is starting to go out. So volume is a leading indicator. It signals ahead of time what's about to change. So you can see there's some weakness coming into the euro yen at this point. And it's getting ready to change, but the pound New Zealand is still very strong. Aussie CAD, New Zealand CAD are all very weak across the board. New Zealand Swiss, pound Canadian. So the Canadian looks to be very weak. Actually, the Canadian is probably very strong since it's secondary, causing a weakness across the other instruments. All right, so let's edit this, go into the scanner, and show you how I did that. So looking under the color rules, notice I have 3 different rules defined. And that gives me a small column inside the main column for each one of these. Looking at the trend, then you can see that I have the Hawkeye trend indicator loaded, and I have 3 different instances of the indicator loaded. Hawkeye trend and stops 1, 2, and 3. 1 is for bullish trends. So that's the first output on the data window that comes up. So there are 3 outputs to the indicator. The first output shows me whenever it's on, it's bullish trend. The second output only comes on when it's a bearish trend, and the third output only comes on when it's a white or neutral trend. So I'm looking to see if the first one, which is the bullish trend, is greater than 0. So it's only going to come on when it's in a long trend. When it's on, it will be the value of price, so it's going to be greater than 0. If it's not on, it'll always be less than 0 or equal to 0. So I'm looking to see if there's any value that's on this. If it is, then I know I'm in a bullish trend, and I want the system to show me that. The same thing goes for the bearish trend. I'm looking for the output number 2 to be greater than 0, because anytime output 2 is greater than 0, it's going to paint a red dot on the screen and tell me I'm in a short trend. And same thing for the white condition. I want to see the third condition of the indicator being greater than 0. Next one is the volume. It does the exact same thing. It changes the color to green, red, or white, determine whether it's buying or selling pressure. And the heat map has 4 different colors: dark green, dark red, bright red, to determine the relative strength of the trend or the momentum of that trend. And they are all identified the exact same way. So on the first time frame, I have all 3 of them turned on. On the second time frame, I only have 2 of them turned on. I don't need the trend information. And on the third time frame, I'm only looking at volume. The other 2 are turned off. Questions? Yeah, how do I load them? Okay, that's a good question. See the plus sign? Click the plus sign, change the color to be any color that you want, bullish, bearish, whatever you want to decide for it. You're looking at a comparing item. Click the plus sign, choose an indicator, pick from your computer, because any of these programs are available on your computer. So I just simply go down to the ones where you can find the ones that are defined. The Hawkeye. I'm going to use this Tomahawk trend because the regular trend is the one I'm already using. So I'm going to pull up a Tomahawk trender right there. And it comes up with a parameter list. Now, these are all of the inputs that are associated with the indicator. So if I were to go to my indicator list and pull up the indicator for that I was interested in, notice the indicators that are available here. So the first one, second one, third one, and so forth, if any of these need to be changed, then this is where you would change them in the list right here. If you use all of the default inputs, then just keep this check marked and you don't have to worry about changing anything. If you only just want to change one, then just simply go down to that one, turn this off, and make sure that you input the value of the one that you want to change, because anything else that you don't change will automatically be go to the default value. The most important thing to look at here is the indicator line to use. Select the output of the indicator that you want to use for the comparison. Remember I showed you earlier that number 1 was bullish, number 2 was bearish, and number 3 was neutral? 1, 2, and 3. Well, how do I know that without being a programmer? How do I know that those outputs are the ones that I'm interested in? Well, you can see it on your system by pulling up the data window. There's the icon for the data window. You can hit Control D, or under View, pull up your data window. The data window displays wherever your mouse is on any chart, it will display the outputs of all of the indicators that are loaded. Notice that the Hawkeye trend is in a neutral state because that's where my mouse ended up. But notice the long, short, and neutral values. They go from blank to a price value. So watch my mouse go back over this. See that? It's red. So notice that the second output is red. Notice the third output switched over. Now when it goes back to the second one. Now we'll go to back to white. Now we'll go to red, green. See, it's long. See, so the idea behind that is to looking at the output. So for the Hawkeye trend indicator, there are 3 outputs. 1, 2, 3. So I am looking for the first output. So when you go into the configurator, you select for that indicator output 1, because I want to see if that value is greater than 0. If it is, I know I'm in a long trend. You can do it for any other indicator that you have access to. If you see an output value, then you know you can test for that in the scanner, and it can evaluate it and give you the output automatically. Let me see here. Are there training videos that go over the programmer strategies? Yeah, in the members area that I showed you earlier. There are the quick start videos. You can also see the scanner rules. And these are sections that go through how to set up the charts, the real-time notifications, how to change color rules or indicators, and anything related to those are here inside the members area. And of course, you can always bring your questions here and I can answer them live on the air, or you can bring your questions to the Skype chat room, or even send us a question to support and we'll be glad to help you there. If I choose a template such as the SMA 513, will it automatically start taking trades on your account? Nope, you have to take the trades yourself. None of these strategies are automated to take trades for you. You have to develop an EA or expert advisor that will do the trading for you. We can develop the EA for you if you like. We can program most of these strategies any way that you wish. We have a technical staff that can program them for you, and for a very nominal rate, give you a fully functional EA that goes exactly to your trading strategy. And the EA, of course, can be back tested and used in the system configuration panel down on the bottom using the strategy tester. All right, then to get started, MT4Professional.com/trial. $97 a month, 14 days free to try it out. MT4 or MT5, your choice. You get access to all of the traders within the MT4 community, and all these systems that I've showed you here today are all available. MT4Professional.com/trial. Start your 14-day trial. Cancel anytime before the 14 days are over. You won't be charged a penny, but if you wait until the 15th day and then try to cancel, then you'll see that the $97 has probably already hit your credit card. So make sure that you cancel before that. 14 days, it's 2 weeks, that's a long time. You can forget a lot in that time frame, but we send you lots of emails to remind you. When's our next 3-day training class? Right now we haven't scheduled one, and we call those workshops, but we'll definitely schedule one if there's interest. And if you are definitely interested, we'll definitely throw one together for sure. Absolutely. Be great to see you again, Willie. Claudio, remind me to sit down and we can put a calendar together and put a workshop together. Well, thank you, Jeffrey. Welcome aboard. What can I do for you? Is there anything I can help you get going with? We still have a little bit of time here today. Oh, I see. Please. Okay. Yeah. All right. Good. Sure. You can send it to support@mt4professional.com and we'll get that sent out to the appropriate person. Or you can always contact us directly. That's fine. Support@mt4professional.com. Let us know what it is that you want, the specifications on it, and we'll get right on it. Of course, we'll reply with our estimate and the rates for associated with that. All right, any more questions here? We're getting ready to close out then. Claudio, did you ever get that link for the Hawkeye tools put out there? I got one here. Let me get it. Somewhere. Did I just delete it? I don't know. There, I think that's it. There. That's a link to get the starter package. It's only $97 lifetime, no subscriptions or anything. One-time fee, you get the full starter package, and then that automatically gets you into the members area, and I believe you can upgrade at members discounts later on using that. So you get in, and you can use it that way. So that way you have access to it. If you're interested, that is. All right, thank you very much for your time and attention. We'll be back the same time in 2 weeks, and we'll answer any questions that we get in the meantime. We didn't do it last week. We did it the week before. Oh, you mean the special one that I did for Matt Hedge, or for the other one? Yeah. You'll need to contact them. I don't have the recording for that session myself, but they do on their website. So sorry about that. I don't have the video for that. Thank you very much. You guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you the same time in 2 weeks. Bye for now.